Yo, what's up? This is Ones, and this is episode 3 of the Really Kick It podcast. And it's a Friday, man. I'm lit. I got some topics I want to talk about. Today been a good day, so we're gonna keep it a good day. We're gonna get right back into it. You know I'm talking about street shit because most of this shit is gonna be about street shit and what I think about this street shit. Today we learned, well not today, but this week we learned that Bimmy from the Supreme Team is a rat. How we learned that? Now let's go back. The Supreme Team is from Queens. It's a notorious drug gang. They ran, I think, Southside Queens, Hollis area. That's where they was at. They was getting all the money. They known historic group. Bimmy was young. Bimmy was one of the youngest members of that group. That's Deb Anthony brother. That's Waka Flocka mother's brother. That's Waka Flocka's uncle. Right? Just to bring you up on that if you don't know who Bimmy is. But Bimmy had allegations about him snitching in these streets for a long time. So Bimmy started doing the podcast and all that to dispel all these rumors. And one of the things he always said was, Preem ain't said, you ain't hear from Preem, you ain't hear from Prince. And that would make sense that he would use that because if the higher ups, the dudes that he most likely would snitch on, if they don't say nothing about him, he like, how could the ones under him say something, you know what I'm saying? Prince came home not too long ago. There's a Supreme Team documentary in the streets. On that documentary, Preem is saying Bimmy is a confidential informant and been one since 85. Since 85. I was born in 83. This nigga has been a fucking snitch since 85. That's what Preem is saying. So if you was saying, can't nobody believe it because Prince and Preem ain't say it. Well, now Prince and Preem is saying it and you still don't want niggas to believe it. How that work? Because you was telling us they was the end all be all on this particular topic, and now that they're saying what they're saying, you still saying they wrong. Jay-Z got a line in the song that fits this perfectly. The labeling of a snitch is a lifetime scar. You always be in jail. Niggas just minus the balls. Because we in a time where niggas ain't even tripping over that snitch shit no more. But Bimmy surrounds himself with people that are from that era when niggas did care about snitching. How they looking at Bimmy now? You feel comfortable around your man now? That been your man and all that? Because Bimmy, you know, he stayed in money, worked for Def Jam. He was running around with LLs. He stayed with money. So is that money gonna make niggas overlook what they said they stand on? Because then that would make niggas suckers, right? And then that would further go to show that this street shit ain't what niggas act like it is. Like, oh, there's some niggas that's just so morally upright. The niggas that are morally upright and do adhere to the street code end up in jail for life. And you know what that turned into? Niggas crying when that woman don't come visit. Niggas crying when that pink slip don't come in. That's the other side of the shit. See, a lot of niggas, y'all listen to the Locks and y'all thought that was what jail was. Them niggas ain't never been to jail. They never been back in the, no matter how many times they talk about back to back in the yard, they ain't never did that. I'm telling you, that's the eventuality for niggas who uphold this gang shit, this street shit, because it don't love you, man. Just think about the past few years, because before we used to argue over Alpo and all these old rats, nigga, we got a slew of new niggas that's still operating. Nigga, they operate right now. That nigga Gunna is out here lit. It looking like a superstar. He out here, he doing what he want, he dressing how he want, niggas are still collaborating with him, not only in rap, but in other endeavors. He told Thug, told him, lock the door, I'll tell you whatever you want. He told. Bimmy been telling before them niggas been even in the picture. Neither one of them niggas was alive at 85 and he was telling. Where is the point in time where niggas was keeping it upright? When? When I was in the street, when I got locked up, nigga, I knew where the bodies was bad. I knew all type of shit. I knew when niggas had the pounds, the cars that was fitted with this and that. I was 17, nigga. Said, put me in jail, nigga. It was a nigga from my hood on motherfucking, America's Most Wanted when I went to jail. Them niggas in a precinct told me, if you could tell me where Tremaine Patterson is at, you could walk out the door. On my life, I told them niggas to send me to jail. Nigga, my aunt was right in there. My aunt Lynette started crying, bawling. Ah! Tell them what they want to know. I don't know nothing, man. Send me to jail. At 17, just turned 17, because my birthday is at the end of the year. I went to jail at the beginning of the year. Just turned. So I was 16 in a couple months. That type of shit. I was a baby, and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Everybody else, though, niggas, yo, listen, man, close the door. I'll tell you what you want to know. I cooperate long term. My shit ain't on nobody cooperation. So this is why I'm saying, when I'm telling you this shit, I'm telling you from experience. Like, I've been through it. I'm qualified to talk. This ain't a sidewalk nigga talking street shit. This is a nigga that been through some shit, that did some shit. And I'm telling you, this is how I see it. Yo, down in Memphis, right? Down in Memphis, I'm going to show you how the street shit is oppression. Down in Memphis, Trump sent the National Guard down there, right? And I touched on this probably on episode 1 and episode 2, but the oppression of gangs in our neighborhood. Niggas be talking all that, say the people shit and all that, but the presence of gangs in the neighborhood oppresses the people who aren't in those gangs, the 9-to-5 people, the people who actually made the community thrive, the ones who signed leases and, you know, those people that got actual stake in the community. There are TikTok videos where the people of Memphis are praising Donald Trump because the YNs and all you niggas that be Glocks out and AK-47s and shootouts at the quick stop and all that shit, niggas ain't outside. The whole message of the 5%ers and all these other people is we can police ourselves. From the gangs to NOI and all that, we should be able to police ourselves. If the people have to choose the side of a white supremacist against their own people, that empowers and emboldens the white supremacists to be like, see, those niggas need us to lead them. They don't know how to act without us. And it's all because of a certain sect of niggas. This is like from, let's say, from 14 to 27. These are the niggas you see on these hood vlogs and all these other shits. They don't show you nothing good about the hood. They, yo, niggas can't come down here. Niggas got the AR. Niggas got all this other shit. But where is it at for the oppression? See, you rather be oppressive to your people, but you don't like nobody being oppressive to you. Like, oh, the white man this, the white man that. My nigga, you oppressive to your people. You got your people praising the white man because they're scared of you. You make them uncomfortable. You make them feel like they can't come outside and enjoy their property. The earnest is on us. That ain't the white man. But as I said, when the people have to make these realizations that, oh, y'all do know how to act, they end up giving more power to people who are going to use that power to flatten black communities. You got ICE running around just snatching people off the street with masks on their face, and they saying in Chicago they doing that to black people. There's a saying, I think it is German in nature, in origin. It said, I didn't do nothing when they came for this group of people. I didn't do nothing when they came from that group of people because they weren't me. All these different group of people got rounded up, and in the end, there was nobody to fight with me against my oppressor because I watched all my oppressor take out everybody else saying it was a group different from me. In times like this, niggas got to wake up, man. The politics are very real. The legislation is real, man. They're erasing black history. They're grabbing people off the streets. They're trying to trump up charges to give people charges where they could slam you and give you 100 years for some simple shit. But at the same time, ain't nothing rougher for a pedophile. People listen. I got homeboys that's from my neighborhood talking about Trump is going to say to kids, Trump is going to do all this other shit. What got harder for pedophiles? You got any legislation that made it harder for pedophiles to get out of jail? The recidivism rate for pedophiles is damn near 98%. That means most offenders that have offended will offend again. But you know why they're so lenient with that law? Because who gets locked up for that more than anybody else? The white man in America. The white man in America. But drugs, they trying to make drugs back to, what was it, before the Rockefeller laws? When niggas was slamming niggas for a little bit of something. Why? Because black men, Spanish men, minority men are finding ways out of poverty using drugs. So they slamming niggas. But y'all see it they way. Y'all not looking at the whole picture. With politics, I got really into politics when Trump got into politics because it showed the hand of the people. It showed the hand of the people. It's a lot of stupid people who get their information from TikToks, short form, where it's controlled. The narrative is there. You don't get nothing more than the narrative. You don't even get the context of a conversation. Niggas could just say, yo, that Democrats did that, so it's bad over. My name, I'm an independent, and I'm telling everybody they should vote independent. Because voting independent means you voting for policy. It ain't about no partisan party bullshit. You ain't part of no party. That's bullshit. We interact with politics to change our lives. But now it's to a point where so many people are looking at their community like it's out of, these kids are out of control. So we need somebody else to step in. And they're giving that power to people who are going to use that power to do terrible things to minority communities. Now, I understand what they're saying. Like I said, me, I've lived my life. I ain't never going to be no snitch. I just adhere to these rules. Maybe it's ignorant. I'm telling the kids not to, but I grew up in this. My circumstances are way different than yours. My morality is way different than yours. You're developing yours right now, and I'm telling you, politically, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to the system because that system is being used to rile up kids. You could, no matter who you are, you could go on YouTube right now and say gang indictment and watch 40 black and Spanish kids being let out of building. I'm talking about in the Bronx. I'm talking about in Florida. I'm talking about, like, there has to be a point where we come so socially conscious that we understand all of these things before we get old, because I tapped in old. If you give somebody a tool young, they know more uses for that tool by the time they get to be an old man. If I give you a Phillips head screwdriver at 40, you probably just Phillips head screwdriver, that's it. That's all you're using it for. But the nigga who learned how to use it at 14, he using it for a lever. He using it to prop up other shit. You understand? He knows because he's had this tool for so long that he know all the uses. Information is the same way. If you know that the odds of your homie snitching when shit go bad is through the roof, you should be like, what's the other option? And then you start thinking about the pros and the cons of both. If at 17 I go into this trade program, by the time I'm 20, I'll be making 140 a year. You like money, don't you? Or you could say, I'm gonna get in the street, I'm gonna rob a nigga, I'm gonna go in a nigga crib, and I'll probably get $200 off him. I ain't preaching, man. I'm telling you, man, I care. I can. I'm sharing information. I'm sharing this information. I seen, now this is something I'm at odds with, right? This is something that I'm at odds with because I see everybody rooting for Nas and the Jay-Z's to get these casinos. I say, for what? The black community has been an impoverished community damn near our whole existence, minus the Black Wall Street and the places they drop bombs on that flourished, and we had our own businesses and we had our own system and community. They thrashed those. But what's going on right now, everybody is championing it. And I get it. It's black business. We haven't been mentioned in these conversations before. So everybody is looking at it as we up with mobile. These are progressive things that need to be happening. But on the other side, there's detriment to these things. In the black community, we are impoverished to a point where it's always seeming like we can't get ahead. No matter, even the people with money is like, yo, you know what? I made it to this new what is it? Tax rate or whatever. And now I still can't shake out the way I want to. So if the wealthy of us, which is about 6% of black people, is making over $100,000 a year, if those people are hurt, what are the people making $30,000 a year that's trying to go to the casino over and over to change their fortunes? These people don't even have money to gamble, and we're trying to make gambling more accessible. Like, we already got gambling on our phone. That's super accessible. So now we need more physical places to gamble away money that we don't have. But we champion these things because of who they're coming through. Jay-Z didn't have a controlling stake when they built the Barclays, but we championed them for them. The white people made a lot of money. I ain't even seen Jay-Z in the Barclays. I don't even see him at games no more. But people had to give up their long-term homes for that to be built. There were many town hall type hearings. My grandfather even went to some before he passed, and he used to tell me what the conversations was, and these people were being bought out of their brownstones and just basically bulldozed so that could happen. Did it create jobs? Yeah, it created jobs, but it also uprooted people who wasn't trying to be uprooted, that spent their whole life in that community that was there before the Barclays. So is it bad or is it good? This is a morality conversation we having at this point, because most niggas is going to do whatever make them money, not worried about how it affects the other side. But if you think about the people, you got to worry about how these things affect the people long term. If the community had, let's say, more after school programs, or let's say coding, right? Coding is the way of the world. Everything, we got cell phones, the TV, all these electrical devices, the hardware need coding. They run off code. Nipsey Hussle, before he died, was trying to establish a school where he was teaching code to inner city children. That's praiseworthy to me. Now, see, it's no detriment on the other side of that one. It was all about the people. I'm not opposed to making money. I don't never want nobody to think I'm opposed to making money. But how you make your money should matter. Because in the 70s, we had this thing called the sellout. They everybody talked about it. In the black exploitation films, you seen it. They was talking about the sellout. The sellout was usually the person who allowed the others to come in the community and cause disruption somehow. How is that any different? If the controlling shares in these casinos are still going to be white owned, don't you think there's a reason they sent the blackface out there? Like, my fandom can't lead me. I don't got no man crushes on none of these niggas, man. Because I don't know none of these niggas, man. You could slap hands with a nigga that you knew for years, and the nigga could be a foul nigga behind the scenes. So if you don't know the niggas in your face that intimately enough to know what they will and won't do in certain situations, I don't think it's like adult to be like, yo, these other adults have it all the way figured out, or they're morally upright. I ain't that type of fan, man. If a nigga do some corny shit, a nigga do some corny shit. Like me and my homeboy, we always talk about Drake. Drake is one of the niggas I listen to. I think he's a corny nigga. The nigga be wearing nail polish and barrettes and all that shit. Like, I think he a corny nigga, but he make good music. See, a lot of fans will be like, yo, everything about him is just roses. Nah, you do corny shit, bro. Because without his talent, I don't know this nigga. So why would I go beyond what I know about him? I don't care. I don't care. Now, there are some circumstances that where you do start to care about all of it, like R. Kelly, because now I know what you're doing behind the curtain. I know what you're doing behind the curtain. So I can only be a fan up until I see you doing some corny shit. Then I'm like, oh, this nigga's a corny nigga too. That's how I live my life. I'm not just fully in on nobody. Getting nobody. This nigga right here, superstar LeBron James. He on a Henny bottle. I fuck with LeBron James. I also think Bronny James being on the motherfucking the Lakers is a travesty. They gave this nigga $7 million guaranteed, and this nigga is trash. This nigga is trash. Let's just keep it honest. And I know a lot of people gonna be, oh, black nepotism. Hey, listen, I believe nepotism is good with your shit. If it's your shit, hire your whole fucking family. But in somebody else's house, you don't get to come and make up the rules. And these preseason games are letting us know what happens when you let a motherfucker make the rules instead of going with what the fuck you should be doing. They gave Bronny James $7 million guaranteed when they needed a center. They needed a center to back up AD. They didn't get a center to back up AD. They needed a center when AD left. They didn't really get a center. But they paid this nigga who just had 1 for 12 the other night with 5 turnovers, $7 million guaranteed no matter how he performed. I'm not rolling with just anything, man. I'm not just rolling with everything. Like, that's a fuck up to me. And most people, like I said, is going to say, yo, I don't care about none of that, bro. I'm just talking about from a real place, from a nigga who care about the game of basketball. It's corny. It's a detriment to the team. You see what I'm saying? Detriment. As you get older, even if you don't even get into business, you should start seeing things as asset versus liability. What is an asset? What's conducive to your growth, to your money growing, to your character growing, whatever that is, and then assess what's a liability. Bronny James will be in a liability category. And he ain't moving neither. He ain't even trying to move. But this is a product of LeBron was a single mother with his back up against the wall. Bronny James had it all. The hunger ain't there the same. And we gotta acknowledge that. But it's a lot of hungry dudes that got picked, that got looked over for Bronny James that would have saved their family with that position. Would have saved their family with those minutes, would have balled their life out for those minutes that he getting. That's my problem with nepotism and somebody else shit. If LeBron had a construction company and he wanted to make his son the foreman on I don't give a fuck. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing I care about. Now, I be betting on games. I don't bet on nothing else but NBA games. So now I know it's going to be a shaky season, all goddamn season because of LeBron James Jr. This shit is crazy. You know what, man? I'm a little bit let's just go. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about relationships, man. I want to talk about relationships. I touched on that a little bit last time, but I really want to touch on this, man. What is a good man? I need to know. I really need to know. What is a good man? Does a good man pay for everything? Does a good man care about you enough to make sure you have everything you need? Does a good man have to come with a certain monetary value attached to him at your time of meeting him? Because, ladies, y'all got to realize a lot of the ladies that's asking for this shit, a lot of y'all past y'all prime. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, man. And I don't mean past your prime. I mean like, yo, they got new models out here, man. I ain't got to argue with you about nothing. And me in particular, I ain't got no kids, man. So I'm dangerous. You can't, yo, you gotta, I don't gotta nothing. I tell you the truth, man. When I be talking to these young girls, one of my homegirls, oh, what you gonna tell these niggas about dating? I ain't gonna tell them nothing about dating, but I'm gonna tell them how I'm moving, and I'm gonna tell them why I'm moving. I grew up around all women, right? So you got the women in the house, and then all those women had these separate groups of friends. So there's a wealth of information in all these women. When you start to see a group of women all talking the same about men, thinking the same about men when ain't no men in the room, you log that in. And then when you hit the streets and you hear women acting the same or doing the same, you start to see women as the same. And the more you start to see women as the same, you start to think that none of these women are special. The way men date, for the most part, women, they just always want something. They grow up thinking, they thinking about the picket fence. I don't know too many niggas thinking, I want to be married and all that. Most men find a woman who makes them want a relationship. It's not the other way around where we just taking anything that's around. That's the part women can't get. Men really love women, so we gonna take the woman that we like, what feels good does. You ain't gotta have $1 in your pocket, but if the vibe is there, I'm fucking with you, baby. I'm fucking with you. So we don't got all them hang ups. So when men are fucking with women, no, we fuck with you. If a man is in your face a lot, that means he's choosing you. Because I could go elsewhere. Man, bitches throw more pussy than parties. There's pussy everywhere. You could literally bump into some pussy. Not everybody, but certain niggas, you bump into, but you ain't got to chase nothing. It's out here. So when I look past all of that and I say, you the one I want to be with, you the one I want to be with. Now, at no point did you should start thinking that I need you so much that you could do anything to me. Because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. The Aisha Currys and all that, that shit really rubbed me wrong, man. Because I see people still talking about it in this world. Another problem is women, y'all are taking the wrong side. When anytime these topics come out, y'all are justifying bullshit. Y'all are justifying bullshit. And when you justify bullshit, it's a nigga that you want looking. Because you want nigga. Women be saying some of the most outlandish shit. They try to tell you, I'm a good woman, da-da-da-da-da. You're trying to sell yourself, baby. But I see who you really are, because I see when you in these short-term relationships, I see you bashing a nigga when you get mad. That's a deterrent for a nigga that's watching. I see you saying, I'm a headache, but I'm worth it. Ain't no headache worth it. The ideals women cling to now are just so far from the norm that they don't even realize how far they got from being traditional. Anytime a black man has standards or a preference, they start talking that sassy shit. And I want to talk about that too. Because the black women imitate the gays. Think about your lingo, right? Now, I'm going to take this back, right? My Aunt Lynette, she hung around the gays. She used to call herself a fag hag. All of these niggas that used to come to the crib, she had dyke friends, she had gay friends. They used to come to the crib. These gays were different than the gays now. These niggas used to come through looking like CMB with the suits and Fendi briefcases and furs and the gazelles. And I thought these niggas was drug dealers. I lived in Fort Greene. So when I'm saying these niggas coming through and ain't nobody booking them, I'm like, oh, these niggas got to be them niggas. They was gay as a motherfucker, right? My aunt was hanging out with fag. A lot of their slang, a lot of their slang got into not just black culture, but the mouths of black women. All the tea and clock it and all that shit. This is gay slang that black women championed and took on, and now they use it and they act like it's theirs. Yo, these women get dressed for their birthday and turn into trannies, yo. Now, my sister, I got a sister. She died. You heard? She died a little while ago, but we ain't talking about her. But she had the trannies. She had the gays around her. So the gays was always around me, always. So I got to hear what they were saying and all of their, everything that they do. The over-exaggeration with the length of the hair was a tranny thing. The face painting, the cabriolets and all them other shits. These were things that the gays were doing. Now you see some of these girls on their birthday, they get so far with the makeup, you can't tell me that's not a tranny. You look like a burlesque model, baby. You look like you tucking cock. But you want black men to love black women. We, black men are telling y'all we like natural hair. We like natural body. Y'all not hearing us. So who are y'all doing this for? You're imitating gay niggas. When niggas tell you they got standards and all this other shit, you call us sassy. Like, somebody got to tell me where's the point where we're supposed to connect with the adversary. Because all this shit is seeming adversarial and contentious. Baby, if you don't want a nigga for protection, if you don't want to listen to a nigga, stay single. It's the most idiotic thing in the world to hear, yeah, I picked him for me, but I'm also not going to listen to nothing he says. If a man is telling you something that is not to harm you and you picked him as your man and he's telling you to do something, why not do it if it's not to harm you? What is his purpose then? Is it not a protector? Because in you picking a protector, you got to understand part of his job is to protect you from you. The shit you think is cool to say, the shit you think is cool to wear outside that misrepresents you, the you that I fell in love with. Because I could see a queen in you and you going outside in bonnets and dirty furry slippers and pajamas and niggas like, yo, this bitch is trash. That ain't how I want mine represented. I want niggas to look at mine and be like, yo, she above the fray. I know I can't even come at her like that because son don't even let her rock like that. The man's job is to protect. Stay single until you find what's for you. See, that's the problem. Women get so bored, they even do it with friends. Bitches will be outside. You see them on Monday. I hate all these bitches. Fuck it, don't call my phone. Friday comes, she in the club. My day ones. It's all fake because she can't be alone. That's the problem with these fucking relationships, man. You're doing it for the wrong reason. You can't be alone for long enough to just be like, yo, well, I got to fix this, or even go to school. You can't even put a nigga outside your fucking mind for that long. I seen TikTok videos where girls are going to the club, a nigga don't talk to them, men don't talk to women in the clubs. And I remember when that made niggas thirsty. I ain't come to the club for you to be all in my face. That's what they use. Oh, these niggas, they all in my face. Now you 40. And niggas is over there buying drinks for the new model. Can't get mad. You can't get mad because you don't want to listen to niggas. You don't want to cooperate with niggas. You want to disrespect niggas. You want to tell niggas they gay. You want to go online. The nigga try to talk to you in the store as a man. Just, yo, I tried to talk to her. It's story time on TikTok now. I just went out to go get a bacon, egg, and cheese, and this nigga was all in my face. When is a nigga supposed to talk to you? Y'all put limits on when a nigga supposed to talk to you, where he's supposed to talk to you, how he's supposed to talk to you. But when a nigga give you the DMX, the Ayo bitch, baby father. It's a baby father. All this is real shit, man. I'm just going today, man. I'm having fun because I'm talking to my people. I'm a little tipsy, but I feel it though, because that relationship is one that weigh heavy. Kevin Samuels came in like a fucking bomb because of it, because we got so much distinction amongst the ranks. Bitches be talking about, yo, you ain't a traditional man. You ain't a traditional woman. My mama ain't never been outside of no lingerie. Nana ain't never did that. How I'm supposed to be grandpa, but you ain't supposed to be Nana? I could cook, so I ain't looking for you to cook. I could wash my clothes, so I ain't looking for you to wash my clothes. When I choose somebody, it's mostly for personality. Somebody, because I don't get along with everybody. I don't get along with everybody. So I got a dark humor. I like to laugh at everything. If you're not a person who's into these kind of things, if you're not a person that's into black power, it's certain shit that ain't gonna connect us. And you can't. I'm a person you can't act a role. I'm very outwardly political, so I see women who aren't political that are trying to get in my good graces turn super political. That's a mask to me. You trying to be something. You're trying to be what you think is going to get my attention. But what's going to happen is that's going to deteriorate because that's not who you are. You seen me say, yo, listen, I like grits and eggs, and now you the best grits and eggs cook. That's not real. But if you could wait for real, you're going to find real. And that's the only way to get real, because if you rush it, you're going to end up in a bunch of short-term situations, and you're going to end up having to realize how stupid it is for you to be negotiating in my face, telling me all the things I got to do, but every other nigga before me loved you, and they worship the ground you walk on and all this other shit. You sound stupid. You can't negotiate like that. I don't understand how women think we're supposed to believe y'all got all these options, but still niggas ain't shit. How did niggas get to the point? How did you get to the point where niggas ain't shit if niggas do everything you want them to do? If you got 90 niggas lined up to do all the shit, pay your bills, worship the ground you walk on, go get them niggas. Why is you spending time online talking about the niggas who ain't shit? How did you even get around those if you got so many dope ass niggas that was lined up and willing to do anything for you? And I don't get it. Because it's fake. You're trying to boost the price. That's all you're trying to do. It's like a can of corn, right? You go to the supermarket, it's a can of corn. That can of corn say $129. If that can of corn could talk, it would tell you it's worth $1 million. That shit is $129, bro. It was listed. That was the value placed on it. When niggas seen what it was worth, they placed $129 on it. That's what it's worth. But y'all telling me y'all $1 million cans of corn. Ain't no $1 million cans of corn. It's some niggas gonna see a light in you, some niggas gonna see darkness in you. But you gotta wait, and you gotta show them who you really are, because that's the only way you're gonna attract something long term. Because when that mask starts slipping, niggas is gonna be like, oh, this is who you really are, I'm dipping. That's why divorce rates are what they is. Most people get divorced in the first 2 years and are still paying for their marriage. Still paying for the wedding. Think about that. You done went through the whole cycle. You done completed the whole marriage cycle with somebody, and you're still paying for the fucking wedding that y'all had. And y'all both somewhere fucking and sleeping with somebody else. This is how I feel about these things. I'm a realist. And that's how you find what's for you. Share all them fucked up thoughts. Share whatever thoughts you think is fucked. Just share all of it. And somebody gonna gravitate to you. And that's what's for you. All that other shit is making you miserable. All them other chases is making you miserable. Chase money. Chase your kids. Know what your kids is doing. I be on YouTube watching girls go to jail. They popped up at a nigga crib to fight a nigga over a bitch, then left the kids at the house. Like, what we doing? The nigga more important than the kids now? And these don't even be the kid's father. This is some other nigga that she met after that was helping her with a couple bills. Now because you was acting stupid, he cut you off, took his money with him. Now you popping up going to jail where you're gonna need more money for a lawyer. If you got a job now, you're not getting paid whatever wages you missing for the days you was in jail. It's all erratic because people aren't being honest. Now, if you tooting, just say you tooting. We know what it is. That's easier to handle. I just met a girl outside the spot the other night. I'm talking to her. She's like, I'm a hoe. I was like a hoe? Like, fuck me up. Because usually hoes don't tell you they hoeing. They be saying ain't no shame in their game. It be shame like a motherfucker. They be yo. Listen, man, if you a toot, just say you a toot, man. Walk out with your number. She caught me off guard, man. It's hard to catch me off guard. She said, I'm a hoe, nigga. That's real. Because now I know how to treat her if I decided to treat her anyway. And I don't buy pussy, so that number got lost. We ain't nothing for us to talk about. It ain't really nothing for us to kick it. I earned mine, baby. I don't pay for it. Because if you could pay for it, then any nigga could pay for it. And then I believe any nigga playing. And I know a lot of niggas that are some nasty, disgusting niggas. So if he could pay his way in, I don't want to play in it. That's just how I feel about the prostitution shit. But you could do what you want to do. I ain't against it. For you, though, you could do what you want to do. That's your choice. No, there will be judgment. You just got to know some of these things. Like, I'm a felon. I know there will be judgment when them niggas go run my background check. That's the way this shit goes. Shit you do is going to follow you through life. Ain't no way of getting around that. And tooting is one of them things. I just want to let y'all know, because y'all talk about this good man shit. You can't be talking about this good man shit and selling pussy. Because that ain't what the good man want. The pimp nigga want that. Because he want to help you. He want to facilitate the selling of your box. A real man wants you to close ranks, goddammit. I'm supposed to be the only nigga going in there. I mean, unless we got some lifestyle shit, some polyamory shit going on, which is a valuable option. Everybody ain't monogamous. That's another problem. Everybody is trying to fit in this society. Society says you have to. My nigga, you got all these Republican niggas being outed as gay men that voted against gay rights bills. This is that type of shit. You know why? Because society norms. Everybody is not running the same race. Everybody is not trying to get to the same places. At some point, you got to say, this is for me. A lot of girls, they fighting girls a long time, beefing with bitches because of a nigga. Y'all sharing that nigga. If you've been beefing years over a nigga, two girls, y'all sharing the nigga. So why can't y'all share the nigga in peace? Why y'all got to share the nigga in strife? Oh, he over here. You taking a picture. Oh, he laid up. And she taking a picture. Oh, he laid up. And y'all fighting. And the whole time this nigga piping everything. Y'all sharing the nigga. Y'all should be thinking about polyamory. That might be the problem. You holding on to societal norms, thinking you ain't even a monogamy type of motherfucker, man. Yeah, I done had took girls out. Let me just share this. This is a belief of mine, and 100% true. It's easier to get pussy from a girl in a relationship than it is from a single woman. That's a fact. A lot of guys gonna be like, yo, that's 100%, because the single women are trying to leverage pussy. They trying to tell you, they trying to make themselves hard to get to. Like, oh, nigga, it's always, I ain't fucking 5 months, I ain't fucking 6 months. Bitch, I'm only talking to you because my homeboy said he was at the crib last week and it go crazy. They never consider shit like that, though. Being real will get you where you want to go. I believe that. Sometimes it's going to be a deterrent. Sometimes it's going to block. But if the truth could stop you from going where you need to go, maybe you don't need to go there, man. Because there's a bunch of bullshit in that room. Thank y'all for watching. 1, 2, and now 3. Because to see what I'm saying right now, that means you had to stay through the whole video, and I appreciate that. Thank you to everybody that liked, shared, subscribed. We'll be back next week with more topics. We're gonna try to add a day to the filming so we could give you more content. And we're developing a couple other things. And thank you. Like I said in 1 and 2, thank you for every call. Thank you for every like, subscribe, reshare, all of it. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep building. And power to the people as I'm on in this one, because that's how I'm feeling. It's a good Friday. Go out and have some fun, man, and be safe. Love.